Well, hello there, everybody. It's Friday night, which means it's time for a guitar safari. Seth, how you doing there?
What? Hey, what up? Wait, Charles, what's up, dude? Take me down to the river. Take me down and dunk me on in. Hold me down under until I don't breathe again.
I thought Sherman was supposed to keep you away from the hooch before the show.
No one keeps me away from the hooch. It's a hooch, hooch, hooch.
It was good though. It was good.
Sorry, thank you. That was my song for the week. You know, California, we can take we're in a blue place. We take an L. We got to take an L where you take an L, and you got to look forward towards that. What's weird, Charles, is that whole thing happened, and I sold a guitar like literally that morning.
Well, that's good. You sold a guitar.
I woke up to both news of news, and then news of somebody wants one of my guitar they wanted was they wanted the relic one. It's a prototype number 1. So please don't be mad at me when it falls apart. It's a prototype, and it says it right on it, prototype. So proto meaning probably going to fall apart. That's what proto means. Probably gonna fall apart. Anyway, no, it's fine. It's good.
Well, tonight we actually have I think the topic is really kind of fun here because what were the bands that got you interested in the brand of guitars that you're using, right, or the brand of gear that you're using, and are you one of those guys that were you led there by your guitar heroes, or were you someone that just kind of figured it out for yourself and you came to find your own brand after?
Well, and also times have changed. 25 years ago, so we'll have different segments, right? People got into it 25 years ago where there was not even a website to buy guitars, and it wasn't even a thing. You got guitars in a different way, and now people can get guitars easily, quickly, Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see who we've got here in chat.
Okay, we're gonna let's go through the chat. We need to do that.
So we got our buddy Herb of Fireside Studios.
What's going on, Herb? You're the man.
And he's followed by Ryan with OU812.
Watch my hand. OU812.
And our buddy Cushman NYC. Good to have him in the chat saying hello to people.
Good.
I love it. And Brian from Searching for Tone, who had a great live stream the other night.
Hey, Ryan, it's Ryan, right?
It's Brian.
Brian. You haven't seen this yet, Brian. Maybe you have. Myrrh. It's just myrrh. I think he'd like that. Damn.
And then our buddy Randy Crooks is in the chat.
Randy Royalty Crook.
And everybody, not only those that were in the chat, but those are coming later.
I have something at Randy's right here, Charles. Can I show it to you?
I guess you're going to anyway.
Well, I don't have to, but it's funny. I was looking at it before the show. I was like, this is Randy's. I should send it to Randy, but then I didn't.
And Big Wave Dave is here in the house. Hello there, Dave.
This is Randy's right here. That's the top of what was his headstock.
There you go.
And it might make, Randy, if you ever come out to Cali and you visit me, I'm going to hold on to this. And we can make this into like a business card holder.
There you go.
It'd be kind of cool from your guitar build.
There you go.
I think I might do that in the future. Like go ahead and stain it and just send it to him as the other piece of.
There you go.
The headstock.
And we've got Blue Mox here. He's here for the cheese platter. And so
Halloween eyebrows.
Blue cheese, apparently.
What up, Blue Mox? Mm-hmm.
And our buddy Chris.
Charcuterie, as it were. Right? Yeah. Am I wrong about the charcuterie? It would be a charcuterie.
Oh, yes, we're going to use a charcuterie. And it's going to be Gouda.
It's going to be a Gouda charcuterie if you have one.
That's right.
That means. Can anybody rap with the word charcuterie? Has that ever? Can anybody name a song where they can say that they've heard the word charcuterie rapped?
I don't know that you do want to, but Dennis Ellis is here with us. Hello there. And
DE, the
Rock
way it should be. Hanging out with you. He's hanging out with
and that
me.
Ben Coombs fella's here.
What? BC in the house. Getting tones, what I'm talking about. Yeah,
BC
dude.
Rich 581. Hello there.
What up, BC?
Wayne McConnell
Mm-hmm.
and Dastardly Dave.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so there's my brother calling me in the
You
middle
can
of the
play
show.
that whole goddamn thing.
All right.
What if that was the only riff you could play? That'd be
Dastardly
even better.
Dave is here with us, and
What up, Double D?
Trev is here. Hello there, Trev. Yeah,
Trev Simtree. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that he's not Sim Bush. He's Sim Tree.
Josh is being honest. He's like, "Hey, I'm probably passing out during this."
Dude, I get it. Are you in? You're in it. You're in the deep.
He got a new giant tattoo, so that's gonna feel
wow
tonight. Yeah,
blood loss. What is the giant tattoo?
I don't know, but I'm sure we're gonna find out.
I mean, that's cool. Well, it's got to be something cool. Like the funny thing is that I start to smile, think of all the funny giant tattoos that you could get and just never show anyone. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. We got Steve Rezer here.
What up, Steve? Right-handed guitar, left-handed orientation and photo.
And Hip Metalworks is here with us as well.
What up, hip? Don't trip. Don't break your hip. Don't slip. But if you do, pop a shroom. Consume. You're going to be fine soon.
And JP Page too. How you doing, my friend?
What up, JP?
And
page 2. Hold on. What is on page 1?
Oh, you didn't really do that.
Just saying. We know all about JP Page 2. We had to get there. He's like unraveling. He's open. Okay, sorry. It happens many times. Like, not only this week, it's been last week and the other week. It get muted. It's okay. I mean, he does have control of the mic, yo.
It's been a while. Hello there, Bo.
Not that long. It's been if we talk about time in hours, less than an hour, probably.
And our buddy Eddie Fay as well.
What up, Eddie?
Christopher Lyle has made his way in.
Eddie, do you often trim your beard down, or do you kind of keep that kind of little bush?
And it's everybody's favorite music in law, Ryan Hall.
Sorry, these aren't guitar questions, are they, Charles? I'm just wondering about my peeps, because that's impressive. Whenever it gets a little bit too much, I feel like people are offended by my beard, and then I'm like, oh, well, I don't know why I trim it due to other people's feelings.
Well, that gets us through the chat, and so I guess maybe now we kind of get on topic.
We get on topic. I mean, it's crazy how yes, and yes to everything you said, Charles. I completely started buying the guitars and wanting the guitars that I looked up to the people playing them. The ones, whoever was playing, I wanted a Strat because of SRV. Stevie Ray Vaughan played a Strat. I had to have a Strat because of him, and because of Yngwie played a Strat. Although I didn't really like Yngwie. Who else was it that played a Strat that I really wanted to when I was a little kid? It was mainly Stevie Ray Vaughan.
You were watching, right? Because it's different for you. I'm sure it's going to be different for you and me.
Yep. I didn't get into the other quintessential. I didn't like Eric Clapton when I was little. I didn't, but I loved Stevie Ray Vaughan. Also, I wanted Gibsons because I love Metallica. I wanted a Gibson Explorer, which I don't have. Ben, winner.
For me, you're right. No, for me, you're right. That was how I got the Fender. Was believe it or not, the thing that brought me to Fender first was I remember Buddy Holly playing on the Ed Sullivan Show a Strat.
Okay.
Right. And of course, for me, that would have been a rerun, but.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But
I remember that. And I was always enthralled with Stevie Ray Vaughan. But I think the person that really, really, truly brought home a Fender Strat to me was David Gilmour and Pink Floyd.
There you go. I wasn't even thinking of that, but I mean, those are the tones that I found out were on a Strat later.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yep.
And our buddy Randy Crooks, he says for him, the answer is Chicago's Terry Kath, right? He was the one that really kind of brought him the Les Pauls. And now he has seven telly-shaped guitars because of Terry Kath as well.
So, you wouldn't know it by looking up behind me, but as far as tone goes out of my guitars, I'm kind of a Gibson-y guy. I build the Fender-y sounding guitars less commonly with single coils, and you know what I mean? I'm usually humbucker a lot of the time, but now and then I'll do just a traditional kind of Fender style. But personally, my tone, what I always loved was the SG humbucker. That was my best tone I ever had young, and it's probably my best tone I ever have. But I also play my my number one Strat a lot now, which I didn't used to do. Now I do it all the time, every day almost. And that's got Pearly Gates, Seymour Duncan humbucker single coil size pickups in it.
Love it.
They're old. I mean, they got crammed in that guitar to where they barely fit. They really should be properly fit, but because my dad did it, I just leave it.
I get it. Makes sense.
Almost, yeah.
Well, and Trev says Metallica, right? That Explorer.
Yes.
Hetfield with the Explorer, and
Hetfield with the Explorer, early Hetfield. The song "Seek and Destroy," right? Learning how to play that is a rite. Oh, sorry, is like a rite of passage. You got to do it because it's a riff that when you get that rhythm riff, like the when it goes into the vocal part, it feels so good to be able to play it in your hand. It's like bump bump on a loud amp. It's so rewarding that you try to get someone there. I've gotten a few students there and watched their reaction. Very fun.
Oh, this is funny. You know, I'm watching a comment that I wish I would have caught when it came in.
What was that? Put it up.
Oh, it was Ben saying it wasn't him when the phone rang. See?
Oh, it wasn't him. See, it wasn't me calling. Not this time, but he'll call you in 10 minutes. So, it was funny. So I was doing a headstock decal with my little nephew, which was, I'm sorry guys, the reason why we weren't here last week, because I'm not going to call it babysitting, but I get like one weekend every other month with my little sister's son, who's 11, and I love that dude. So I'm like, we're in it, and I told him, I joked with him, right before, I was like, watch, Todd will call, which is my brother, his other uncle. I said, he'll call. He always calls whenever I get into something that's intricate and I can't talk. And lo and behold, Todd called.
Yeah.
And we stumbled and we blew one of the decals. It was my fault. I'm going to say no one knows my fault. But anyway, so then we went back to do it again. And as we're doing it again, my brother called me back to say one more thing. I'm like, oh my God, it never fails. But that's people you love, right? It's like a cosmic thing. They know
all the time. It's like right now.
They call you. But he didn't mess me up. I messed me up. I should have just been calm. I don't know why I get all panicked for no reason. I think when I think I have to do more than one thing, I'm like, especially when I get locked in when I do guitar stuff.
Well, and Unbelievable is providing us with the answer as well. It's just to answer the question, I blame an artist, not a band, for the gear I play. Ben introduced me to LPD pedals, and it's a rabbit hole from which he will never crawl out. Heartfelt thanks, brother Ben. Love it.
I'm thinking back. I'm trying to think back to think what the guitarist for Operation Ivy played, because I wanted to sound like him when I was a little kid too. They're like a ska punk rock band that was the predecessor to another band. Anyway, what was the other band that came out of Operation Ivy? You ever listen to them? You don't listen to punk a lot, do you?
No, not a lot of punk for me. But I will say that Christopher Lysop is saying Richie Blackmore apparently brought him to the Strat.
Ben said exactly Rancid. So he knows. So Rancid came out of Operation Ivy. Operation Ivy was where I grew up, down the block. That's so punk, that kind of ska, very happy, let's pet llamas, let's be happy kind of rock was, the thing.
Okay, so for all those that were dying to know, Josh's tattoo is a giant flaming piston on his leg.
F yes. Dude, that's amazing.
I like it.
I have wanted to do like a
hello there, brother Keith.
Acoustic on one arm and an electric on the other, but then I always struggle with, the acoustic. Yeah, it's easy to do the body shape, pretty much. Give me a dreadnought body shape. but the electric body shape on a tattoo, you really start to struggle with. Then you start thinking, well, should it be a whole 4 guitars around the arm? Would that suffice? I mean, what the hell do I do? Oh, hey, that song again. Can we hear at least because I'll tell you, Eddie goes wild for that song, dude. Whereas some people, they're like, Murr.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying.
Well, Hobarodi has always aspired to a Fiesta Red Strat with gold hardware because of Hank Marvin.
Oh, Hank Marvin. I'm going to have to, I am going to have to listen to some Hank M and F and Marvin.
You get the whole effect. You may have to watch some Hank because, to see why the red strap with the gold hardware.
If I can pull some stuff up. Yeah. I've recently gotten back into rereading the Birth of Loud, which is like a Fender Les Paul story. Mm-hmm. And this time as I'm reading it with Alexa in the background. So every time that they mention a song or something, we were recording this song with Mary Ford, I just call out the name of the song, and boom, I'm reading and listening to the song that was recorded, with what I'm getting like a soundtrack in my mind to. It's a great resource. Sure. I love being able to do that. So and it's an interesting book. It's got a lot of fun stuff about that. Fender fucking borrowed Bigsby's first solid body. That was a really nice. It was like a fine instrument, a version of a Telecaster, right? Or yeah, fine instrument version of a Telecaster shaped thing that was way nicer, built to a higher level, and he borrowed it for a week and then came up with all these other ideas, which were smart, which were all innovations to make it easier to build and more easier to service and have his ideas for tone. And but really was kind of, and then always denied borrowing the guitar, which I thought was funny. But who knows? That's just what it said in the book. That's maybe not the
all part of it, right?
Right. I don't know. I don't remember having it.
Well, our brother says he loved all the one-offs of the hair metal artists from the 80s, EVH, Lynch, Timmons, and on and on. So he's got Jacksons and ESBs, but the first Kramer just felt right in his hand.
Oh man, Herb. Yep, you're talking my language. I wish I don't even have a shredder guitar right now. I got a broken Kramer. I got the Cray, other part of the Murr up there, but I don't know what to do with that piece of shit.
Welcome in, Time Surfing Alien.
It's already been glued once and it broke again. And it broke right next to. You know how you always say when you glue something, well, that'll never break again where I glued it.
No, it'll break right next to it.
It broke freaking a 16th of an inch away.
In the same place, darn it.
Yeah, because it's just the wood was just. The wood is very not good wood, I guess.
I want to welcome in my brother Ed. He is recovering from surgery. He had surgery yesterday. So
what up, Ed? I'm glad that you're feeling high on pills. Hell yeah. Hey man, it's Friday night, dude. If I just had a surgery, I'm saying, Doc, can you hit me one more time? It's Friday night, and any cool doctor is gonna at least Make sure you're
Yeah,
okay.
but, hello there, Bonkers. Welcome in. Yeah, we're kind of working with Seth's mic here a little bit. It's been hot and not hot back and forth, so it's
Is it
kind of
too hot now?
dialed in. He's a little bit hot. I think it's you probably touching it again. So,
Oh my God! Don't pull that out of context.
just don't touch it.
Bring this down. That
And
might
so
be
John Duchesne is kind of in
check,
the
check,
same
check.
same
Write me a
area I
check.
was. Strats for him, and Gilmore was that inspiration. So
Okay,
we're there.
I don't blame you.
Um, You know, the other guitar that I've been thinking about this too. The other guitar that I've been really attracted to are the semi-hollow and hollow body Gretches.
Of course, yeah.
And
I want a countryman now.
yeah, in thinking about it, and I was very aware of Chet Atkins. I was very aware of a lot of the other guys that played them, but um, for me, it kind of started with George Harrison, right? Because he did have quite a few Gretches that he played over the years. And but the person that made, if I really have to talk about my illness and my susceptibility for Gretsch, it really all goes back to Brian Setzer,
Okay.
because when
Yep.
when they put together the Stray Cats, and that whole band in the 80s just took me back to all the rockabilly stuff that I listened to growing up as a really young kid, right? And then
Right.
brought me back into all the other Gretsch players. So, which is why if I see that Warren Brian Setzer Gretsch, it's just I start to drool. And
You better keep drooling because of the
I was
price
gonna
of those
help.
things.
Yeah,
Hey, tell me, Ryan,
Michael Krause.
am I back in the ballpark? Who's late? Who was late? Who was
Well,
late, Charles?
Seth has made it. He was late, but Seth was late.
No.
Michael Krause was a little bit late, but we're gonna
Michael Krause is. It's okay,
he's usually
Michael.
here on time.
It's actually this was the week where the person that comes in late and says that they're late, they are the winner. They win this week. They get to buy us a sandwich. Me and Charles, we're coming on over, and you're gonna hang out, and then we're gonna leave.
Oh boy,
We haven't done a winner in a couple of weeks. I just want to make sure that we keep including people and growing our list of
I
free
see.
sandwich stops should we ever get out on the road.
That is very thoughtful of you.
Yep, I'm just saying. We're making sure if we have a used Winnebago. You know what I want to do, Charles? We should start it up together. The Winnebago truck.
The Winnebago truck.
No, Winnebago. It's a bagel sales machine that's also a Winnebago. But everywhere you go when you sell the bagels, you stop at office buildings mainly and other places where you sell bagels. And every time you get a lineup of 10 or more people, somebody wins a bagel. But they don't get free schmear. They got to buy the schmear.
Oh,
Yep.
you gotta buy the schmear. So the bagel.
Well, come on. Yeah, you get the free bagel. You just won the bagel. You're not going to not buy the schmear. Have the dry bagel then, asshole. Winner. Sorry.
So
I've been planning this forever.
Starman 45 has an eagle carrying a Les Paul tattooed on his left shoulder, and I do not doubt this for a moment.
Dude, you win. Enjoy your success because that is fantastic. That's amazing.
And going back to theme a little bit here, Michael Krause, Telecasters, because of Roy Bachman, Wilco Johnson, and so many others.
Oh yeah, Telly's for sure. What about the I went through the grunge phase, and I think I kind of like to Strat because of Tom Morello a little bit, and then I also liked a lot of the things that Nirvana, the guy from that he would play. So so many cool people that I looked up to, but it's when I didn't pay attention to guitars for a long time. I just paid. I had a acoustic, and I didn't really care. I mean, I loved metal and I loved rock, but I wasn't trying to figure it all out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to welcome in Earl.
What up, Earl Coyle?
Hi. Howdy, all his geeky guitar friends. That's all right.
Yeah.
Geek friends, excuse me. And Ben says he always wanted Les Pauls and Telecaster because that's what everyone seemed to be playing when he was growing up. And so he got both.
Yep. And that's the sound that you probably wanted to go after. Same thing here. I wanted more SG than I wanted Les Pauls, but you notice all the strats that I build
Yeah,
always have freaking humbuckers in them. So
exactly. Yeah, almost, a lot of your strats have to have. You don't do as many singles as you're tend
yeah,
to
like
have single hum, right?
1 in 5. Yeah,
Right.
1 in 5 probably single. But and I'll do it. I'm happy to do it, but the Mustang was single and then a rail humbucker, which
Mm-hmm.
was fun.
Yeah,
That guy's stoked. That's a fun little guitar. Super light.
it looks like a fun project.
It's gonna relic. It's gonna relic super nice. My nephew's guitar, the little red one,
Mm-hmm.
he brought it, and now it's got some. I've had it for 6 months. Dings and scratches. They look great. They look exactly what you're going for, as compared to a kid that has a little Squire that's poly, and it just becomes a chip and a split, and it
Mm-hmm.
looks way different. His dings look like a relic guitar. I'm so happy in the way that that's happening.
Excellent. Oh, Ryan Hall. He says Leonard Skinner was his band for his big influences, and he still has them in
Totally.
his blood always. And Ryan even spent some time over there at Muscle Shoal. So
I mean, that's a great tattoo to have. I mean, plenty of people probably have that kind of Skinner style tattoo. Hell yeah.
and for Randy, with for Les Paul's Peter Frampton and Jimmy Page, Billy Gibson, Peter Green from Fleetwood Mac, and Gary Moore. So those were the ones that made him want to reach for Les Paul.
Totally. Frampton's comes alive. If y'all want to get 2 hours of work or whatever, hour and a half of work done in the workshop uninterrupted, put that on and just go.
There you go.
I love it.
Welcome in Martian Murray and Dwight Bailey, who's my source of inspiration for Guild Acoustics. I know he's taking good care of my guild.
Right?
Care.
Something that was cool about hearing the talk box on the talk box for the first time when I was talking with my dad about it was, hey man, that sounds so weird. That's cool. What are they doing? And he explained what it was. And then he said, well, really, you should be able to always talk your notes when you're playing a solo.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to kind of be thinking in that way, like you're singing what you're playing. And that was probably one of the first times that I was really like, oh, I should be playing lines that I would sing are the good ones to play, which is, not always something that is natural for people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Marcia Murray says Nirvana and Dinosaur Jr. got him started into offsets.
We have another winner, Charles. Somebody said Dinosaur Jr. Yeah, buddy. Thank you for saying that. Do you know about Dinosaur Jr., Charles?
I have heard. I've listened to a little bit of them, but not to an awful lot.
I think they're a 2-piece band, and it's a guitarist that played with a bass like I do, with the ads on your bass line underneath you, and a drummer. Am I wrong? Correct me in the chat. I'm pretty sure, but they were fantastic. And Jay Massix, you might know the Jay Massix he has a bunch of signature guitars, and now he's super famous just for being so good at 3-piece. Oh, thank you, Ben. So probably bass, guitar, and drums, and that was it.
Oh, so yeah, and Eddie Faye responding to my earlier, George Harrison always big influence for me. So much. It was
briefly
one of those bands that tied me to my parents. My mother was a big Beatles fan, and so you watched all the if they were on, you watched, and
totally
did all that. And George Harrison's the reason why I like rosewood necks on guitars, and I want to have that rosewood telly eventually.
I offended a guy today when I told him I didn't like the Beatles, Charles. And I said that today. And I said, I mean, it's not that like I don't like them individually. It's just like they're not my favorite band. And if I jump on the wagon with you and I start saying, oh, I love the Beatles too, then I'm not giving you the real me. And that's not me. You love the Beatles, and that makes one of us.
everyone's entitled to like what they like. I mean, that's
Right.
that's the
I
whole.
don't hate the Beatles. I'll probably sing along with "Yesterday" on my blah, blah. But I don't seek it, man. I don't love it, man. I don't. Those guys, I don't know. I don't know, man. They're not
And
country enough for me, man.
yeah, that's it.
You know what I'm saying? They don't drive old Ford trucks. That's what I like. I like somebody who's tough. Somebody who's pull up and kick your ass. Those guys pull up and give you a sandwich. Sorry. But Metallica, I think they would pull up and kick your ass. Then they'd give you a sandwich. All right. It was good. At least we got one this week. 31 minutes in. I need a face slapper.
There you go.
Yeah.
And but we got Searching for Tone said he always wanted a 335 because of the Beatles and never owned one until last week.
Oh, whoa.
So,
Come on. That's fantastic news, man. Jeez, I mean, I can get freaking excited about our folks' victories in life. That's a I don't have a 335. You know what I'm gonna do? Was that Searching for Tone? They bought it? 335?
Well, I believe he won it on another channel, I believe.
Oh, but it's not a Gibson 335, but that's fine. That's cool. It's a 335 style guitar. I get it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna build one, I think. I think I'm gonna build one now because I don't have one. I got plenty of humbuckers. Might as well build one, right? What do we got? Funny chats.
I'm realizing how far behind I'm in the chat because this is just tickling me.
Hang strong, Charles. Only 40 minutes to go. Oh shit, we are far behind if that's the case.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Anyway, no big deal. Well, you know what I mean.
I saw this on I believe Facebook today. Scott Brockway finally got a real FR bridge on the Ghost Horse today, so it plays much better. No more weird pinging noises.
That's also good. Ping pong ping. I know those pingers. Yep, those pings will get you every time.
Yeah, we do need a face palm emoji here. That's why we give you the big one on the screen.
Yeah, the big face palmer, the big slapper. The big slapper. That's my Uncle Steve was the big slapper. They'll slap you. You know, it won't hit you, just slap you. Yep. So we got a lot of 335 talking happening over here. Ben, don't you think Randy Bachman might have played a Gretsch or two in the 80s? Probably. Everybody played a Gretsch. Everybody that wanted to get good tone, especially if they're recording, they played a Gretsch probably.
Mm-hmm. And Herb says he thought about getting a Strat after listening to Keith Urban. Yeah, I know that's out of his wheelhouse, but dang, the guy can play.
Oh, absolutely. I thought of getting hair highlights after hearing and seeing Keith Urban.
And Ben was responding to Wayne's comment. I remember more LPs and Super Strats by the end of BTO's run. Yeah.
Super Strats are kind of the thing, like a Kramer 6000 ST, that's bright red candy apple, HSS with just the little metal switches. That's what somebody who's amazing and handsome would probably own, like I had. Anyway,
and for Josh, it was Led Zeppelin for the Les Pauls.
Yep, absolutely, big tones. So no one has said the one. No one has talked about EVH.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It's been kind of quiet there. But Vox Guitar Rocks does say that Jimmy Page helped sell more Les Pauls than most just by playing a Telecaster.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's funny. That's a good one. I love that. That's hilarious. That's like people that were hating on the joke about the trash island. Oh, dude, everyone was so mad about that, and then I got in trouble because I thought that the joke was hilarious.
Well, this is like no politics show, though.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying that joke was hilarious in a non-political context because I'm a big comedy fan. I like going to comedy clubs which I feel is like a church. It's a sanctity. What you should be able to say is shit like that, but you can't say it at a rally. So I was agreeing with him at the same time, but then they were trying to be like, oh, but it's not a good joke. And I was like, now you're just being silly. Because, if you're in a comedy club, it's a different thing, right? Because you could apply that to any island and it'd be funny, not just one. So you're not just, anyway. All right. I digress. It's a guitar show.
Hilarious. But and Michael B said ace for him. It took him forever to get an LP though.
Of course.
But I want to, going back to the Gretches for a minute, didn't Malcolm Young play a Gretsch for a while in the 80s?
Malcolm Young?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably. I wasn't that
or that might
I was looking at Shredder. Like I was looking at Van Halen mainly, Metallica, like we said, and not really other bands that were like Journey or whatever. I would hear them, but I wasn't watching them really to see what they're playing.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan Hall's responding to Brian searching for tone and saying, I need a 335 myself for BB King, Matt Guitar Murphy, and lots of the guys. Love the 335, right?
Yep. But, anything with humbuckers will get you partway there. You roll the tone back, roll your tone back and build it back up to where you feel from, tone all the way back and then slowly build it back in. You should be able to get, unless it's super high end humbucker. Oh, what? Yes. They didn't roll in a Geo. If they would have, I might be the friend if we all had Geos. So this guy rolled in earlier to where this pub down the street in the nicest Bronco, baby blue, all perfectly painted, and came out. And I said, you woke up this morning, sir, and you tested positive for cool. And he seemed to kind of like that joke, which I've been working on for a little while, waiting for the right moment, and it worked out. And he was like, oh, my wife hates that car, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so a little bit later, I went and gave him my car. I said, I should build you a guitar that matches your car. He's like, you want to go drive it? You want to go drive it for a minute? I was like, no, not right now. But, hit me up. I will take it, but I don't want to take it for a minute. I want to take it for the afternoon.
There you go.
Drive that baby.
Well, Dastardly Dave says he can blame the local bands for his Starcaster and PV XXL.
Hell yes. Oh, I love the PV, dude. Starcaster will get you there. It get you at least started. Then you got to, then you're on to the next thing.
And Bo's letting us know that he'll be using a 335 for a couple tunes in his show.
Oh, Bo, what? You're going live?
Bo? Remember, Bo's been on that mission from God. He's putting the band back together.
I know.
They're getting things set up.
Fantastic.
So he's planning out all his sets right now,
and getting the songs and getting it all back together. Man, that is fantastic, dude. Give that man a Vegemite sandwich, Earl.
Randy, we certainly will keep you in mind for those Sunday shows. Yeah.
What? Yeah. Sunday, my Sunday show is show up at work.
It's getting harder to play golf, so his Sunday's freed up now.
Okay, good. My Sunday is still not free, but it's a good day. It's a good day. Work day, but not a bad day. And I got Monday off this week, so I get tomorrow off. Yay! And then I get Monday off. So that's fantastic, don't you think?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, hold on, Charles. Hold on. Thank you, dude, for allowing me to be a prick little surfer dude that grew up in California and never had to fight, never had to see war or anything, got to go to Hawaii and had this spoiled life because I'm an American where some people don't, have to go and fight or serve their country and so I appreciate you, dude, for everything you've ever done. Yeah, I won't, I'll probably text you Monday, but to say it now and to say it to all our vets, everybody in the chat, everybody who knows somebody that's from, that's even connected, because that's big.
Certainly go happy Veterans Day to all our veterans out there in our audience and to those in their families as well.
Right. I got a text from Rico B.
Rico B's
in the chat.
And
Is
Time
he?
Surfing Alien, yes, Gretsch is owned by Fender now.
Oh, I got oh my God, Rico is in paradise. Maybe he may or may not be in paradise. I don't know Rico.
Well, he's saying aloha from Maui, so I would say he is.
He is in paradise. Yep. And I got a picture of the big ass Wow. How long of a sit was that, Josh? Was that a 3 or 4 hour? That was a 4-hour set for that leg piece. You probably sent the picture to YouTube, Charles. Wow. That's a big. So I have what people don't know, because many people on this show haven't seen me with my shirt off. I've got over 40 hours worth of tattoos.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a whole lot, but I mean, it's all just my arms and my side of my body. Anyway, people never see him. And what's funny is when someone finally does see me, they're at the pool. They're like, this one guy was like, dude, you look like a NASCAR. I was like, oh, that wasn't what I was going for, but thank you.
Here you go.
Yeah. Terrible.
So Ryan's having a good old conversation with Searching for Tone there. He says, yeah, he bought the Explorer new, and if the 335 I was trying out was not brown, if it were red, might have bought that one home in 84 as well.
I might, buy an Explorer kit too and build one.
And unfucking believable, he owns Framis's because of Devin. So.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, Framis's, if you can afford them, that's just a good thing to get.
Oh, he doesn't have Framis's. He has Frame Eye.
Frame Eye, yes, Frame Eye. That's a nice frame of mind.
I do believe he may have his eye on another one, but I'm not sure about that.
Eddie, yes, he said I look like a NASCAR because he saw all the things on my body, and he said it looked like, but he wasn't looking close enough to really make of what the tattoos actually were. He was just kind of being a jerk. But it was a funny thing that I really appreciate to this day, because I've been able to joke about it.
Welcome in, Gary.
I would say to kids, if you're going to get a tattoo, go big. Don't get a little tiny diamond on your ankle. No. Get your whole, get it on your face. Might as well. You're getting one. Get it on your face. And then when you say that, they're like, oh, maybe I won't. Do it. Face tattoos are in. I mean, nah. Well, if you were going to get any gear related word or name tattooed on your body, and it had to be one, what would it be? What's the logo that you would get? And it could be in any inconspicuous place. Could be between your fingers or something, where you can't even see it.
I'm not a tattoo guy. I don't have any tattoos, and I've never thought about it.
You will be when the guitar piece roll through. The guitar piece comes in strong.
It would either have to be a Telly or a Gretsch.
Oh, okay. All right. So you get the little Gretsch logo, or you get a little Fender, a little F for Fender. Oh, I could get a little F right here on the middle of this part of the finger, right next to the, right there, just a little Fender F, like or even up here. That'd be great.
You can't just flip off the whole audience like that.
No, I'm sorry. I was demonstrating. Oh no. Sherman got pissed. Wait, you flipped us. Bryce Presley.
I tell you.
Sorry. Mm-hmm. Technical foul. Technical foul.
Trev is saying any Les Paul influence on him would have been Aldo Nova with his Explorer headstock LP and Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
Lots and lots of Marshall amps.
Lots of Marshall amps. I remember the rows of Marshall amps, the ones that were at the like any kind of Day on the Green or concert like that. It was just a rows. The guitarist for Unjust, both guitarists had full stacks.
Mm-hmm.
With 100-watt heads. Maybe it was even 150-watt heads, Marshall heads that were modded. It was too much.
Perhaps. Eddie Fay says there are so many guitar influence and role models. I'd love to have an Ibanez Destroyer like Phil Collen of Def Leppard in the
Oh,
video
yep,
photograph, but
yep.
I don't gravitate to Strat shapes. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like to have one of those too. One of those off-brand but really cool Explorers that other people played that was just that kind of body shape. Those are cool. Ibanez made a lot of great guitars back in the day. What was it? Maybe Charles and something?
Yeah, it's my brother saying maybe he needs a Gretsch.
Right? Right? Yeah, everybody needs a Gretsch. I need a Gretsch in my life, or at
Unbelievable.
least
Everybody needs a Gretsch.
what I do need is a Todd Nichols single pickup Telecaster with a Gretsch style, the TV Jones humbucker
Mhm.
in it. That would work for me because you can wire it up with a bright cap and have it real bright and real dark. That would work. One pickup Telecaster.
And Vox is reminding us that the Stairway solo was recorded on a Tele as well.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's great. Yeah. The one we're not supposed to play.
Oh, well, Rody just remembered that Graykin got him interested in Vox Phantoms, and that was that ended up being his very first guitar.
Oh,
Nice.
well, that's super lucky that you had that close of an experience to get like something particular, and then that just got you rolling. That's great. That's fun.
So, and Unbelievable saying, "Yep, he's got his eye out there for another famous Panthera, and of course,
Yeah.
another Parker Fly, but not another Badlands."
Oh, but not another Badlands, huh? You had a bad experience with the Badlands?
Maybe just not a big fan of where they're going.
That's
Beth
so
wants to know,
funny.
do you have a dolphin on your ankle?
That's very funny. No.
Are you sure?
I got in so much trouble one night. We were at this is my ex-wife's friend's house, and we're all partying, and they were watching a UFC, and one of the UFC guys had like a straight up tramp stamp on his lower back, and so I was all making fun of him and joking and laughing, and then we went home, and they called the wife called and said, "Hey, my husband has a tramp stamp, and he was really hurt." And they said to me, and I said, "Ah, it's funny. Number one, he has a tramp stamp. It's funny. Number two, he was hurt. Deal with it. You got a freaking little tramp stamp. I'm sorry. Just deal with it."
So Eddie Fay says he's not going to get a logo, but Seth, you should get a Presley Guitars tattoo on your forearm.
Get a Presley. Actually, I've already got Presley across my shoulders. Like the Sublime album cover, Presley is back there. It's one of the NASCAR things that and my brother said he was going to get it. My little brother said, "I'll get it," and my dad even, "I'll get it," and then no one did except for me. And it was painful, dude. It's not a fun place to get a tattoo across your shoulders, dude. That was painful. Yep.
Martian Murray says, "Pierce your finger so you could have a Fender F-hole."
Oh, you could just run it right through. No, but the Fender F would be a fun, or the Presley P. Take a Presley P. Yep. We do appreciate you, man. Yes. And I mean that from my heart. Whenever especially someone who, I'm not to differentiate someone who did go to battle or somebody who didn't, or who was active, I guess you could say, versus not, because they're both very valid and but that's hardcore, dude. I can't imagine doing anything like that. So I'm very thankful that people like that exist, because that's a different element than I probably was raised with. I was raised with, "Stop the car. Do you see that turtle? We have to save it." So, and some people are like, "Bump, bump. You see that turtle?"
Well,
So,
maybe we can help Eddie Fay out here, because Eddie Fay says, what does Rev Horton Heat play? His sound and tone is cool and fun. But
Yep.
I do not know the answer to that. Maybe someone in the chat does.
It used to be the thing back in the day that just to get sponsored, like they were trying to sponsor anybody. You had a hit, they wanted a guitar in your hand, and I think it's still kind of that way today. Um, they want the guitars in people's hands or giving them away, but
William wants another Vola.
they are cool. They are good guitars. Yeah. And don't they have a bunch of really neat stuff? Like it's not your typical things. It's all new and innovative and cool. I think so.
See, William comes to the rescue. He says, "Yeah, Ref plays a Gretsch."
Oh, cool. Great.
Should have
There's
known.
another reason, right? Good to know. As I'm telling the wife, look
And
at
not
all these.
only does he play a Gretsch, but he's got a signature Gretsch.
Oh, well, there you go. That you can add on a few more dollars there, but get something that you're gonna like. You're gonna get the tones you want. So, Les Paul tattoo. Brandy's going Les Paul tattoo. Yeah, I don't blame you. Oh, Randy, so the brother to your guitar that was down in the guitar store, I was just in there buying a gig bag the other day, and one of the salesmen said, "Oh, your guitar." This other guy came in and he was arguing with me. That's a Fender. That's a Fender. And they're like, "No, it's not a Fender. We know the guy that built it." Like, "Oh, that's a Fender." I was like, "Well, I can guarantee you it's not a Fender." That's freaking funny. Oh, Ben already has his beat, dude. Ben has the Les Paul tattoo. He knows how to live.
Yeah.
He's doing it well, doing it right. Yep.
Oh. So what have you have coming up for the week, Seth? You got anything coming? You're gonna
I don't know. I haven't been on the internet much lately. I've just been during the week. I've been busy. I'm going to be building a little bit tomorrow. So because I did that headstock decals on these for these two that I'm building, and now I'm going to start to build my nephew's little Strat, and I might go live during that, or I might make a couple little videos about some parts of the process.
There you go.
Nothing big. I'm just chilling, dude. I'm not trying to be too YouTubey, too much YouTube, but I should try to maybe get back out there some more and make some more videos. I certainly haven't posted any videos in a long time. It's been live or nothing, live or short. What about you? What do you got cracking?
I have I am getting back to work on my brother's Telecaster, and I'm working on a LP Junior project, and I'm probably sanding down a Strat body to get started for another project.
Nice.
As
Okay.
long as I got the sander out and everything's dusty.
Oh man, you need to make one of those boxes.
I do need to make one of the boxes.
It's literally just get a piece of pegboard, and then you'll have half of the pegboard for your shop and hang that up, and take the other part of it and make a sandy box.
That was part of the plan, because I was going to do that and just have it on top of the workbench, but I never got around to building the workbench, so the box can get built afterwards.
Yeah, I know. Or you can even build it into a workbench. I've seen people build one that if you have a shelf that, or a little drawer that pulls out, you could drill a hole in the side of that drawer and then put pegboard on the top of that drawer and seal it all off the best you can, and then have a small surface that you can pull out and it's right there. But then you're depending on the strength of that drawer, and it's not the best way to go. I like the idea of having it built into the surface next to your bench.
Yeah.
Would be the
that was another thought too.
Yep. And the way we've been setting things up at at school for teaching kids to build the guitars, it's going to be planer. Then you join all the wood. Then you go back to the planer to smooth it out again after it's joined. Then we're not going to put paper templates on. We're going to take your design and make the template in CAD and laser engrave it on the top of the blank.
Nice.
So that you just have that. It's like laser etched. So then they'll go and they'll cut out their shape and they'll do their thing. Should be pretty fun.
Randy's reminding us that Sunday is the Marine Corps birthday. So happy birthday to the Marine Corps.
Happy birthday, Marine Corps. Yeah, hardcore. That's my buddy that I work with is ex-Marine. And he gives me some of the stories, and that's a real deal.
Well, and so, so this weekend I will definitely be working on at least 3 different projects and getting them in different stages of production. And Sunday we have a return of Charles Green. We may or may not be talking about a new project.
That's great. Okay.
So, but
hey, Charles, you're over 50, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, I've noticed. I just recently turned 50, and I noticed that I've got bigger farts now. I think in this stage of my life, I've got like more fart power at 50 than I think I ever had in my 20s, 30s, even 40s. Like, I think that if there was somebody that was, maybe 100 pounds, not 110 pounds, standing very close to me, I could easily knock them over, or at least bump them off of balance a little bit with my fart power that I have now. So I'm sorry, Ben. I'm just saying, when you have a superpower, sometimes you need to speak about it to truly be able to recognize it for what it is. And it is a superpower. Think of the many ways we can use the power of this. It is
a really good thing that we're almost out of time.
And that I can beckon it. It seems that I can beckon these farts from some other void or some universe. I can just, yes, it shall come. And then boom. So, yeah, sorry, Simtree. My bad, dude. I'm sorry. But it's the truth. It is all of us over 50 know they knew the change in power. We're all just recognizing it now and saying, oh, yeah, you're right. And those of you who are 48, it's coming. Trust us. Trust us. It's coming.
Oh my.
Dust? No, Rico. It becomes actually more powerful. It's like, I'm telling you, I've got a freaking Elon Musk reverse thruster in my butt. I can go to sit back down on the couch and I can just jump up and I can and sit down. Like,
this is why I love Michael Krause. Are you ready?
Okay, here we go.
Wrong one, sir.
Remember, Seth, with great power comes great responsibility. Yes. We are in earthquake country out here. I must be careful.
Right. Ben is doing a special live show tomorrow night. Ben, is that going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern? Where he'll be rating channels, I believe.
Oh boy. Come on. Don't do that to me.
You can go there and get in contact with Ben, and he'll tell you everything that's wrong with your channel.
Oh, great. Well, my channels, I don't post anything, and I'm not.
And funny. Randy is listening to Beatles Rubber Soul right now.
Awesome. Oh, see, Randy likes me less now that I said that about the Beatles, but hopefully he understands my perspective. Like, it just missed me, right? I was a Metallica kid.
And Aaron is going to be on Seth's show.
What? No
Aaron
one's on my show.
On with Ben on Sunday, and
thank God.
So hopefully we'll get some updates on the band and how things are going there.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. It's always fun. Just he's a fun guest whenever I've seen him a couple times on Ben's show.
The new Seth Lee Customs fart guitar. Get yours. Have the
I'm telling you, every customs comes with just a little bit of fart.
So that show is at 8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern. Okay.
Cool. Very cool.
That's late here, right? That's late. No. That's we're a little earlier, aren't we?
Right. So
5.
So that is like what 3 hours
5
for
5.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. 5 p.m. Pacific.
I'm not doing the math.
You be specific. That's cool.
Oh, that's a good question, Ryan Hall. Ben, is it only for subs in the chat?
It better be. If you're not subscribed, I mean, that's free, right? Most people
And
should be paying for it. I know I don't pay for it because I'm exceedingly poor, but I'm just saying that, people that can afford to pay for it, it's good quality entertainment. By Jesus, pay Ben a little bit. Every night I had given him, I think I gave him a super chat one day or something when I had an extra $1. Very seldom. But hey, is somebody coming up after us, Charles?
yeah, Charles Green is coming on right here, so we're going to need to
Well,
get
that is amazing because we now have a handoff at 1 hour, so we don't
That's
go
right.
blabbing longer. People are already annoyed enough with me. I want to retain as many friends as I can. If you have my number, please text me that you're still my friend because I need to feel it's been a tough week. All right,
folks,
take me down to the river.
We're going to go ahead and thank everyone for being here. Have a great weekend, everyone. Go ahead and join Charles Green and Mitch Heyman.
What?
As
Hell yes, you will.
Off their show next.
Mitch Heyman and Charles Green. It's the best fucking show that you ever seen. It's Mitch Heyman and Charles Green. It's the best damn show that you ever did see. Except for this show, it's a little bit better. A little bit better. Sweater. Come on, people. Charles and me. About to take you on guitar safari. So turn on your computer, turn on your phone. 'Cause it's about to go down. One volume, one tone. Yeah, Charles and me. We're about to take you on guitar safari. Turn on your computer.